Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am Tahira Liaquat from lecturer IT from University of Education Vihari campus. The subject I am going to start with is IT Capstone Project. Today we will be discussing about definition, importance, and some steps to involve or to start a capstone project. It is the most significant part of your academic career and a compulsion to accomplish your degree. As we all know that you cannot get your degree complete unless or until you complete this project. Many universities do offer some elective courses and students have a choice to go either with the project or to take course, but here in our University of Education we do not have such option, and every student registered in BS IT program has to complete for his project. The student can work on standalone project or they can work in groups of 2 or 3 people depending upon the scope of the project. So moving forward, we are going to describe what Capstone Project is. A common question any student has is the definition of Capstone Project. According to our University of Education, this task is a 2-semester project where student must independently research a topic to obtain a deep understanding of the subject matter. But here we will dig into details about the purpose of this significant work as well as methods to overcome some hurdles. So, what is capstone definition? A capstone project is a culminating assignment on which students usually work on during their final year in the university or at the end of the academic program. It requires different intellectual activities. This project helps young people learn how to find and analyze information and how to work with it effectively. It has a wide variety of forms. This means that a capstone program can be submitted in various forms, including a multimedia presentation, film, performance, paper, an Android application, a web-based application, or a desktop application. A capstone research project is very similar to any university or college thesis. No one can argue that this type of work is a bit more complicated, as writing a capstone project involves wider range of activities like critical thinking, deep analysis, and the ability to use different media. A capstone course can help students demonstrate their knowledge and skills, and it can also be used as an employment portfolio. At university, people get such tasks in the last class of their study program. So, for IT Capstone project, there are certain steps or certain things we have to do to start a capstone project. So, first of all, the very first step is selecting a topic. Whether we can select from a list of topics which your supervisor may give you, or you can select a very good or a good idea or at your own. In short, you need to find a happy balance of a topic that has a wide enough scope to investigate, but it is not so narrow you won't be able to find resources for your task. Second thing is the literature review. We have to do the literature review. Initially, it seems like an extra work, but the pros at our capstone project state a proper literature review will pay dividends when further down the road. Means that whatever literature review you will do or whatever research you will do, you will find the work of other people, and that can help in your own project. If you have never done a literature review before, don't get intimidated. Simply organize a section of your work where you state the relevance of your source, any background information they had provided, as well as any information gaps. This will create a roadmap where to take your project. You will have a strong foundation to work off and can spot any areas to improve upon. Alright, so after literature review, next step is researching your own topic. Since these assignments often have a presentation at the end, you can be more creative with your fact finding. You may conduct interviews with professionals, observe various events, and of course, the classic dive into the library. Just be sure your research is on target with your outline and resources are authorized. So, when you finish researching your topic, the final step is presenting your findings. With your presentation, the first is to look at the content of your research and choose a mean of delivery. You can present your work as a defense, where you lecture the class on your work and field questions related to your topic. You may also incorporate graphical elements or an engaging on-screen presentation. Prior to presenting your work, be sure to practice. Practice is very much important. You can do this in front of the mirror or with your friends. Note down the areas that flow nicely and improve areas where you stall or do not clearly deliver your point. Alright. So, in the next section, we will be discussing about some means or some ideas to handle this task. I will be discussing here few examples which illustrate the general forms of work and objectives found in Capstone projects. Organizing scientific research. First idea is you can organize any scientific research which could last several months or even a year to study ecological and environmental changes in a local habitat. The only drawback of this type of project is that it can take lots of time and you can't control it. Second option is we can design and produce a robot, or we can develop an app, whether it can be web-based application, whether it can be a desktop application, or it can be an Android application. We can design an app for general public. We have to clearly decide which is our target audience for or what are the people we are designing the application for. Are we designing for general public, or we are designing for the persons with special needs? Just like taking an example, in the past few days, a girl has developed a device for I think blind people or something like that. I'm not sure about that. But she developed a device and programmed it to help those people with specific need. We can create an organization or an office to learn more about vital social problems such as hunger, poverty, effects of wars, homelessness, or mortal disease. Or we can develop a website or application to cope up with these type of things. We can also do comprehensive research of an industry or market and create an applicable business plan for a recommended company. And at last, we can write, direct, and film an announcement that will broadcast on public television. So one thing you all be thinking that why it is too much important. So it is important for certain factors. It increased the academic rigor of the senior year. Historically, as I illustrated before, in other institutions or in some institutions, I don't mention other institutions, in some institutions, students have two options. Either they can go with the project or that they can take some elective courses and skip the project, which can contribute to learning loss or inefficient preparation of the first year work. Academically and intellectually challenging senior year filled with demanding but stimulating learning experience such as Capstone Project. The reasoning goals can reduce senior year learning loss, keep students in the institute longer or engage in learning longer, and increase preparation for university and work. I mean, this is the training period where there are supervisors to guide you, to instruct you, and you can learn from your own mistakes. This is the preparation for your professional career. Second thing is increasing student motivation and engagement. The creative nature of Capstone Project, which are typically self-selected by students and based on personal interest, can strengthen student motivation to learn, particularly during a time when academic motivation and engagement tend to wane. बेसिकली होता ये है हमारे इर्द गिर्द कि जैसे हम सीनियर क्लास में पहुंचते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स जैसे सीनियर क्लास में पहुंचते हैं, वो अपने आप को समझने लग जाते हैं कि दे आर मास्टर ऑफ एवरीथिंग, दे कैन डू वट एवर दे वांटेड टू, ठीक है, और उनकी मोटिवेशन अबाउट लर्निंग जो है वो काफ़ी हद तक कम हो जाती है, वो ज़रा ध्यान कम लगाना शुरू करते हैं. तो इस किस्म के जो प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, जो सेल्फ चैलेंजिंग प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, ये हेल्प करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स की कि उनकी मोटिवेशन और एंगेजमेंट विद द लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट एंड विद टीचर जो है वो कायम रह सके. इंक्रीजिंग एजुकेशनल एंड कैरियर एस्पिरेशंस by involving students in long-term projects that intersect with personal interest and professional aspirations. Capstone Project can help students with future planning, goal setting, post-secondary decisions, and clear exploration, particularly for those students who may be unfocused, uncertain, or indecisive about their post-graduation plans and aspirations. So basically what we are doing here, हम आपके इंटरेस्ट को लेके जिस फील्ड में भी आपका इंटरेस्ट है, या ऑब्वियसली हर फील्ड में इंसान की कुछ एस्पिरेशंस होती हैं, ठीक है, तो आप अपनी एस्पिरेशंस को और अपने इंटरेस्ट को ले के साथ चलते हैं, ठीक है. और ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स जो बेचारे कोनों खुदरों में छुपे रहते हैं या इंट्रोवर्ट टाइप होते हैं, उनको भी मौका मिलता है कि वो सामने आके अपना काम करें और उस काम को रिप्रेजेंट कर सकें. Improving student confidence and self-perception. Capstone Project typically requires students to take on new responsibilities, be more self-directed, set goals, and follow through on commitments. Completing such project can boost self-esteem, build confidence, and teach students about the value of accomplishment. Students may also become role model for younger students, which can cultivate leadership abilities and have positive culture effects within a school. So, where it comes on personal qualities of a student, the Capstone project also help to improve them, like self-confidence, like commitment, or sense of accomplishment. Whenever you complete a task, it gives you a pleasure of accomplishment and it builds your self-confidence. Demonstrating learning and proficiency. As one of many educational strategies, broadly known as demonstration of learning, Capstone Project can be used to determine students' proficiency in acquisition of knowledge and skills or readiness by requiring them to demonstrate what they have learned over the course of their project. So basically, at the end of your senior year, here you have to implement what you have learned in your previous semesters, what knowledge you have learned or what skills you have learned in the previous semesters. At the last of your senior year or at the end of your semesters, say 7th and 8th semesters, you have to implement those skills or you have to demonstrate those skills and knowledge that you have accomplished something and you have built up some creative thing. So this is basically to boost up your creativity. You can do whatever idea you got and you can go for that. So this was the introduction about Capstone Project. I told you about the significance and importance of Capstone Project. So if we go through our outline, we have some deliverables. First of all is project proposal. Then there is SRS, software requirement specification, methodology and work plan, design document 1, design document 2, and final project report. So we will be discussing these step by step in my further videos or further lectures. So stay tuned till that, and Allah Hafiz.